Chapter 1254. Roshan let out a long sigh of relief when he saw Wilbur. Meanwhile, Robert and the others were moved. It turned out that Wilbur had not run away at the last minute like they had thought. The people who had already knelt to pledge their loyalty to Kimura, however, looked at Wilbur nervously. Kimura's expression darkened as he stared coldly at the two men. Eagle shouted, "Who are you? And how dare you meddle in the affairs of Master Kimura? I don't think you have the right to ask me who I am, you trash," Wilbur mocked. Eagle flew into a rage at the words. His swords burned brightly with spiritual flames as he lunged at Wilbur. The swords left a trail of flames in their wake as they swung down on Wilbur, filling the air with a powerful spiritual pressure. Just as Eagle struck, a formation appeared above Wilbur's head. 9 balls of lightning hovered above the formation, letting off a terrifying aura. The thunder bombs. Eagle was scared out of his wits as he jerked to a halt before retreating at top speed. However, it was too late, and the thunder bombs were already hurtling at him. Eagle whipped his swords furiously around in an attempt to take out the thunder bombs, but only succeeded with 3 out of the 9. The remaining 6 struck him square in the chest. Deafening explosions rang through the air as Eagle, the sanctuary level elite, was reduced to ashes before he could even activate his domain. Rampant spiritual energy exploded into the air as everyone held their breaths. The Thunder Bombs was a higher order spell that required complex runes and a long time to cast. How did Wilbur activate them in a split second? It was as if he had plucked a grenade out of nowhere and hurled it at you before you could even react. It would be no surprise that even a sanctuary-level cultivator would die from such an attack. Roshan and the others were overwhelmed with emotion. Compared to Roshan's thunderclap bullets, these thunder bombs were in a completely different league. Robert and the others had even begun cheering. The cultivators who had surrendered got to their feet quietly at the sight of Wilbur's power, retreating to stand behind him awkwardly. Carmen's expression turned into a darker shade of purple. This man had just blown Eagle to smithereens with his thunder bombs, which he had activated within a split second. That was groundbreaking for Carmen. Just then, Kimura narrowed his gaze and called out in broken Dashanese, "Who are you? Tell me your name." "You don't have the right to know who I am. All you need to know is that you're going to die," Wilbur mocked. The condescending expression on Wilbur's face coupled with the words he said nearly made Kimura go blind with rage. Kimura was a super sanctuary level, and no one had ever dared to speak to him like this, even if they were capable of casting thunder bombs in a second. Kimura was much stronger than Eagle, after all. "Since you refuse to tell me your name, you shall have no identity in hell," he shouted, lighting up all over with roaring spiritual flames and filling the air with a powerful spiritual pressure. "Get back," Wilbur muttered. Robert hauled his father up at once before retreating to a safe distance with the others.